There's an exercise here now that makes use of both of those, and I think this will probably be the last of these particular examples here. In this case, this one is called Find the Reflections of 3 Panels in a Mirrored Wall. So we'll start with a horizon line and draw the corner of a room again. Okay. The left vanishing point draws the right wall, like this. And the right vanishing point will draw the left wall. From here up to here. Then we know that this right wall is the reflective surface, but I need to use colors in this case because this is too hard to follow if we don't do that. So what I'm going to do is use a red panel. The initial panel here will be a red panel, and I'm keeping it out away from the wall, but it's parallel to the wall. In this case, this panel is parallel to the wall. And I'm making an arbitrary width, whatever width I think is handy here. So here then is a red panel. Using the vanishing point over here, the left vanishing point, I'm completing the drawing of this panel. So I have a red panel, and I'm going to call this point right here A, and then next to it I'm going to put a blue panel. And these two panels are the same height, but there could be arbitrary widths. But this blue panel is seen like almost in one point, let's say. So it's a true horizontal right here. So the blue panel is seen butted up against the A panel, and it is horizontal. So we kind of think of it as being like a 1 point because the top and bottom are horizontal. Okay, so I'm calling this point B, and out here is point C. Then in green, I'm going to do a green panel over here that lines up through A like this, and it comes out toward me like this. But I'm going to leave the ruler in place and carry that line up to the horizon and use that as a vanishing point to draw the top of this green panel, see? Now I have a green, or the end, top and bottom of a green panel. So I'll put an arbitrary width to it, say about out to here, coming pretty far out. Let's make this point here D. So we have points A, B, C, and D. First thing I want to do is reflect this red vertical panel, or the end of this, let's say the A vertical. Let's reflect that into the mirror like we did the flagpole in the last example. All right, what's happening here is I'm getting a coincidence. I need to modify this so I can avoid that, because the coincidences can confuse things pretty badly. So I'm going to move this line over a little bit here. Let's put D here. It's really hard to plan for these things. There is so much going on that you can't avoid coincidences initially. So let's do it again. Let's draw from the base of the A vertical toward the right vanishing point like this. A line that goes to the right vanishing point. Then from the top of the A vertical toward the right vanishing point. Now where the bottom line touches the base of the mirror, I make a vertical up to the top. This is a line which I will measure and divide in half. The purpose being to find a point where I can double by drawing from one corner through the halfway point. For drawing from a corner through the halfway point on this rectangle, I can repeat its distance like that. So I've repeated the distance of this rectangle to here. Now at that point I can put the red A vertical in as a vertical right here at this point. And this gives me AA right here. Okay? So now I have the red right side of the AB panel. Now what I do is draw from AA toward the left vanishing point, but not all the way, just enough to draw the panel. See, like this. Now I can find the other end of the panel by coming from B and drawing to the vanishing point. Again, almost another coincidence here. And where this touches the bottom of the AA panel in the mirror, a vertical line will give us the other side. Now we have the AB panel repeated in the mirror. This point, by the way, is now BB here. So, what I want to do now is to, oh boy, another coincidence. No, I think I can avoid it. Okay. What I want to do is locate the blue panel as seen in the reflective surface. Now, the blue panel is parallel to the picture plane, but the mirror isn't. So that means the blue panel in the reflection will not be parallel to the picture plane. So here's how we'll find it. Draw the line from C through B and carry it all the way through till you come to the base of the mirror and call that RP1, reference point 1, right here. There it is. Now from reference point 1, we'll draw through BB in the reflection, but leave your ruler in place and carry the line all the way up to the horizon and use that as a vanishing point to draw the top of the reflected blue panel. See, like this? Now by drawing a line from C toward the right vanishing point till I come to the bottom line in here, this gives me CC. And at that point I'll make a vertical, and this gives me the blue panel seen at quite an extreme angle here. That's due to the fact that the panel and the reflective surface are not parallel. So now I have those two. Now I have one more to get, and that is the green one. So let's take a look at that. Let's get it in fairly boldly here. What I want to do is draw a line from D to the right vanishing point. Somewhere along there I'm going to find DD. What I can do, and I have a line already in place that will help me do this, by drawing from D through A up to the base of the mirror right here, this gives me RP2 right there. From reference point 2, I draw back through AA like this, and this gives me DD right here. From DD, I'll make a vertical, which is the reflection of the vertical at D, and then draw from the top of the D vertical right here to the right vanishing point, and this will give me the top of the D panel, and it's drawn back this way. That looks a little odd. Let's cheat that up just a little bit here. Make it look like it really does. Okay, so there's those three panels reflected. I think I've reached a conclusion here. At least we may add some things here a little bit later, but that's the last piece of paper, too.